Welcome back to our podcast series. This is Mary McDevitt. I'm Chief of Staff at Innovacer. This is the second part in a series of time management. We today are talking about time boxing, that technique that Elon Musk has refined. And with me today is Arun Buduri. He's our VP of Engineering at Innovacer. He's going to talk about one of many techniques of time management today, and that is the time boxing technique that Elon Musk uses to manage his time. Arun, please walk us through.
All right, thank you, Mary. Really glad to be here. So time management, right? Let's look at it fundamentally what it is. And according to Bill Gates in a recent interview that he did with Warren Buffett, that time is the only thing that you cannot buy. So make the most of what you have today. So my own definition of time management is all about taking the right decisions for the right things at the right time. Now, it may sound easy, but it's actually really deep. The key is getting the word right. So what is right decisions? What is right things? And at the right time. So what is right? So I think this comes by experience, but also there are very well-known techniques that you can use. So why do time management? What is it about? And I think it's about two really important things. One is achieving your goals. It is about managing your time. You only have so much time, and you want to be at a certain place, either professionally or in your personal life. How do you get there with the right plan? That it is about achieving your goals, and it's also about being productive. It's not just about getting there effectively. Are you doing things right? Are you doing things in the most efficient manner? And so how do I do it? What do I need? And I think there are four basic things that you need. One is focus. Extremely important. You need to be focused at what you're doing. You need to be true to yourself. That's number two. No one needs to monitor you. You are monitoring yourself. You need to be true to yourself on what you want to achieve and how you're achieving it. And number three is being obsessed about getting better and better, becoming an expert. And that is every day for the rest of your life. If you keep that as your goal, you will get better automatically. And number four is effective planning. For this, you need to have the end-to-end thinking. Don't limit yourself to what you need to do. Think about the complete picture. Start with the complete picture and where you want to be. Start with the end picture, whether it's professional, whether it's on production, some feature or product, or your own personal life. Start with that end goal and work backwards completely end-to-end, and then make a plan. So that is my fundamental concept of time management.
So Arun, tell us about time boxing. What exactly is it?
So time boxing, so time management in itself, there are different techniques over time, but time boxing is one very specific technique that has become famous because of Elon Musk. We all know Elon Musk, but guess what? He did not invent time boxing. Bill Gates has been known to use this, and several other leaders are known to use this very, very effectively. So what is time boxing? Just like how the word suggests, time boxing is about breaking up your time, which is every day, into boxes, and assigning a task into that box and pushing yourself to complete it within that allotted time. So that defines your obsession, and the size of the box defines how granular you want to manage your time. So that is where the obsession of being better comes in. And the number two most important thing of time boxing is feedback loop. So how do you know you're getting better? So when you assign a task, and the key is estimation, and you're not going to be great on day one, that's where the feedback loop comes in. So if you assign a task, you assigned a couple of hours or whatever your box size is, and did you do it in that time? Could you have done it faster? And that's where you take the feedback loop and make it faster and faster. And this is the fundamental concept of time boxing.
That sounds good, sounds interesting, but why do it? Why do time boxing?
I think it goes back to the fundamentals of time management that I mentioned, right? So time boxing specifically is about structuring your day. It is about removing unstructured time. So the law, if you've not heard of it, it's called Parkinson's law. It's used in project management as well. Work expands to fill the time allotted to it. If there's a task that could be done in 10 minutes, and if you allotted 30 minutes, you will end up taking 30 minutes because that's the human nature. And that's exactly the point of the feedback loop and breaking the boxes into small enough size. And then number two, why you need this is because you need to get into a habit of right planning. The key is also right. So whether it is your day, your week, your entire year, or your entire life, your whole life. So the key is to have the right planning. Are you doing right? And the right means you need a feedback loop. You need to improve yourself every day. And that's how, so let's look at how Elon Musk does it, right? So Elon Musk is insanely obsessed about managing his time. And I think he really follows the same thing that Bill Gates said, is time is the only thing you cannot buy. So his box is five minutes. I mean, think about it, right? Your entire day, you have to break it in 5-minute chunks. So he plans, he runs Tesla, SpaceX, OpenAI, Boring Company, and also does other stuff, right? So how does he manage that? First of all, he works. I mean, he's insanely productive, right? He worked 100+ hours a week, and he splits about 50% between Tesla and SpaceX, and he breaks his day into 5-minute increments and uses feedback loops to become effective. I mean, think about it. How can you do something in 5 minutes and try to keep getting better at it? I mean, that's how insane he is, right? And he plans the day ahead of time, and he sticks to that plan. And you might think he runs so many companies, so he must be in board meetings and doing business things. That's not true. He actually spends 80% of his time on engineering and design. So he's an engineer by heart, and he knows, you go ask him anything about his spaceship, he will know every single detail. So, and how is he able to do that? Because he has the right people who are running the company, and he does what he wants to do, which is run the company, build the best products.
So that's incredible. Interesting story. So how do I know if I'm managing my time well?
Yeah, that is yeah. I think that's very important. So here are some signals or red flags to know if you are managing right or you're not, right? So first, you're constantly falling behind. What does that imply? It means you didn't estimate your tasks well. Number one, did you make the box if you do the time boxing, or if you're not, somehow even logically, if you're doing it, if you're constantly falling behind into doing a task, which means that you thought it would take 4 hours, but in effect it actually would take 10 hours. So maybe you didn't estimate it right. So what is the fix for that? Use feedback loops. Use feedback to see how you're planning your task. That's very important. Number two, you're doing things that you shouldn't be doing, in the sense that your role defines what your core objective that you need to meet. And if you're doing a lot of things outside of that, if you're doing it because you're passionate about it, totally fine. But if you're doing because you have to do it, that means that you don't have the right team in place. The best fix for that is get the right people and delegate it and get the job done using the right effective team. Hire the best people. Number three, new things keep coming up that you didn't anticipate, but they actually need to be done. So the problem here, the root cause is that you are not thinking end to end. You are boxing yourself into just your own feature or your own product or your own task. But you need to start thinking end to end. That is the fix. Start from the end goal, including your entire team, whether it's sales or marketing or how it will go there. You don't need to be an expert, but at least think as the customer. Start from the end goal. For example, if you're in engineering, how will my entire product, including my feature, get deployed to production, and then work backwards from there, which means then you have planned the whole picture end to end, which means you're expecting already what all needs to be done. Number four, you're getting interrupted frequently. That means with some more important things. And the root cause for that is you did not prioritize your tasks well. So the fix is you might think something is important, but actually that may, there are other important things that you need to do. So that means talk to your team, talk to your manager, talk to your lead or the product manager or whoever it is that you're working with. As a team, prioritize what needs to be done. Now, this prioritization, the key is also to constantly look at if your prioritized list is the right list or not. And how frequently does this change? Do you prioritize every day or your task for every week? I think that is very, very specific to every team, but I think you get the picture. The prioritization is also the key in time boxing.
So Arun, how do you actually manage your time?
Yeah, that's yeah. So I'm trying to do time boxing. I'm not completely I have my own way of managing time. Now, specifically at Innovacer, because we are doing so many groundbreaking things, we are fundamentally changing the core engineering from the ground up, the culture. And because I have to interact with two time zones, India and the West Coast, and I'm on the East Coast. So I split my day. This is my own personal way of doing my choice, is I split into two shifts. One is from midnight till about 4:30 a.m. or 5 a.m. That is one shift. Sometimes I end early, sometimes it goes later than that. And then I get a few hours of sleep. And then I start again from 9:30 a.m. till about 6 p.m. And then some family time till about 9:30 or 10 p.m. And then I have my own an hour or two of blank time to think. And then my next shift starts again. Now, in terms of my calendar, there are some fixed things and other variable things. In terms of fixed times, because we are in rapid hiring, I have slotted at least 2 hours per day, 30-minute slots for interviews. There are also very fixed times in the week for certain meetings. The rest of the time, I've let it free flow. Since I joined, I gave myself 6 to 9 months because we are doing ground up change. Priorities change every day. What is important? But I would say about 9 months, about 3 to 4 months, starting Q1. It'll get to a much manageable routine. To end with that, I mean, my philosophy in my career has been that, and I've spoken about this in various forums, is your career is defined by what you do between 8 p.m. to 6 a.m., not the other way. 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. is what you do at work every day. You're expected to do that. Now, how you can improve on how effectively you do that in daytime, but how you rapidly progress in a career is what you do between 8 p.m. and 6 a.m. That is my philosophy. And always do things end to end. I spoke about this earlier as well. Think about the end goal, think about the end picture, and work backwards, and think about all the different pieces. I personally, I think a lot. I need that time. I stare at the ceiling a lot. And the way I do that is I listen to the same song or the same movie again and again and again. So sometimes the songs I listen to, like, I don't know, 50,000 times. It just keeps playing again and again and again. It just helps me focus. But that's just how I manage my time.
Arun, thank you so much for sharing this case study about Elon Musk and your own perspectives on time management. Really helpful, I think. Thank you so much. Let's make sure we stay tuned for the next in our series of time management techniques. The next one is going to be focused on organizing the work week around your energy levels. That should be very interesting. This is Mary McDevitt, and thank you, Arun Buduri. We appreciate you tuning in.
Thank you, Mary, and thank you.